The Motorola brand that a lot of people loved hasn't been the same of late, thanks to the rather disappointing Moto G6 and G6 Plus. But recently, the company launched the Motorola One Power, which a lot of you people have been asking us to review. So, is the Motorola One Power really good? Is it good enough to bring Motorola back to the limelight? Let's find out. Hey guys, this is Rupesh from Beebom.com and this is our Motorola One Power review. Yeah, that's a long name, but let's not make this video any longer and get to the point. So this here is the Motorola One Power, and I know it's not a flashy or a very attractive phone. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it. On the front there's the notch at the top and the Motorola logo at the bottom, which is fine. There's the metal back that does not look bad or anything, but the One Power just has the looks of, just another usual phone. That's okay, but another thing to note here that this is a pretty hefty phone. First of all, it's not the thinnest phone out there at almost 9mm and it weighs 205 grams. I know it has a huge 5000 mAh battery, but the Zenfone Max Pro has the same battery capacity and weighs 180 grams. So I'm not sure what else Motorola has packed in here to make it heavier. Well, this is a bulky phone, but it's not too bad really. I mean, I got used to it. Plus, I like how solid and durable this feels. I mean, I haven't dropped it yet, but this seems like a phone that can take it. The phone also has a P2I water repellent nano coating, so it should be fine against splashes of water. The one thing that I don't like about the build quality of the One Power is the buttons. I mean, these buttons are just so mushy and so flimsy. It's just an annoying feeling to have to actually press these buttons. It does have the headphone jack, the dual SIM slot and the USB-C port, which is still rare in this price range, so that's great. To be honest, the Motorola One Power has a rather functional design. I mean, the most exciting thing about the design here is the Moto logo inside the fingerprint scanner, which by the way is not the fastest out there. The fingerprint scanner here just feels a little slower than what I'm used to. Motorola has promised to fix it with an update, so that's good. Well, you can probably tell that the design and build quality of the Motorola One Power is kind of a mixed bag. On one hand, it's bulky and it has crappy buttons, and on the other hand, it's solid and durable, and it has the USB-C port. So you get my point. Anyway, the Motorola One Power is the first Moto phone with a notch in India. And they're celebrating it by not letting you hide it. Yes, there's no option to hide the notch. Anyway, if you're okay with the notch, there's a fairly good 6.2-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display with Gorilla Glass 3. The colors look accurate and it's fairly bright. However, it's slightly reflective in direct sunlight, but it's not a huge problem. I mean, it's obviously not the best display in this price segment, but it's decent enough. Watching videos on this display is a pretty sweet experience, and that's enhanced by the really loud speaker that the phone has. It's not a stereo speaker, but it gets incredibly loud. Although the clarity could have been better, it's still impressive. On the performance front, the Motorola phone comes with a Snapdragon 636 with 4 gigs of RAM, which are specs we have seen in various phones in this price range. I know there are phones with the Snapdragon 662 like the Mi A2 and the Realme 2 Pro, but 636 is still a great processor at this price range. And the 660 does not bring a huge performance bump. Anyway, we have been testing out this phone for the past week and the performance here has been really good. I mean, there's the occasional lag when you have too many apps open in the background, but apart from that, the day-to-day performance has been really impressive. The gaming performance too has been great. We played various intensive games like Asphalt 9, PUBG, and the performance was lag-free. I mean, the graphics take a hit, obviously, but the gameplay is smooth, which is what we all want, right? But the performance here is as good as the Nokia 6.1 Plus or the Redmi Note 5 Pro, and that's also due to the well-optimized Android One ROM. There's stock Android Oreo 8.1 here with only a few minor additions. There's Motorola Camera app, which is okayish, the Moto Display feature, which is Moto's version of an ambient display, and the Moto Gestures, which aren't the same as navigation gestures. Other than that, it's stock Android here, and while I like it that way, there are a few features that I really miss. First off, there's no face unlock, which is something that I've come to expect from most modern day smartphones. Secondly, there's no navigation gestures, which is also something that I really like. Other than that, it's Android One here, and Motorola has promised updates till Android Q, with the Android Pie update coming very soon, so it's great. Now let's talk about the cameras. There's a 16 megapixel f1.8 plus 5 megapixel f2.2 dual camera setup, and it's a decent camera. Check out some of the photos we have taken. The Motorola One Power takes some nice shots in good lighting with good details and colors. However, indoors and in low light, it does miss out on details sometimes. Yeah, the Motorola One Power struggles in low light. When it comes to the portrait mode, the photos have good details and good lighting, but the edge detection can be a little finicky. In low light, portrait shots are usually overblown and faces often turn out redder than the usual skin tone. Let's put it against the best camera phones in this price range. As you can see, the Moto One Power matches and at times even beats the Redmi Note 5 Pro, which is pretty good. But yeah, it does fall short against the Mi A2. So while the One Power's camera performance is decent, it's obviously not the best out there. When it comes to videos, the Motorola One Power comes with 4K video recording support, so check out this 4K video shot from the phone. As you can see, the quality is okay, but since there's no OIS here, the stability isn't good enough. There's no mention of EIS either, so even the 1080p videos aren't very stable, as you can see. Yeah, videos just aren't the strong suit of the Motorola One Power. Coming to the front camera, the Motorola One Power comes with a 12-megapixel f2.0 camera, and there's a flash here as well for your super low light selfies. Anyway, check out these selfies. As you can see, when there's light, the selfies look pretty great with some good details and colors. I like them. In low light, some photos come out of focus like this one, which is not so nice. Overall, the cameras on the Motorola One Power are decent. I mean, they're obviously not the best in class or anything extraordinary, but they're not bad either. Now, let's talk about all that power in Motorola One Power. Yes, the highlight of the phone is the massive 5000 mAh battery, and it's as impressive as it gets. The phone should easily last you more than a day in most situations, but let's talk specifically. On light usage, the Motorola One Power lasts well over 2 days with over 9 hours of screen on time. By stringing the device slightly more, I could easily get over 12 hours of screen on time and a backup of overall 34 hours on a single charge. Now that's impressive. Lastly, after continuously hunting for a chicken dinner in PUBG Mobile for 3 hours, the battery dipped only 23%, which means that the phone should easily last for more than 12 hours of intense mobile gaming. That is seriously impressive. Plus, the phone comes with a turbocharger, which charges the Motorola One Power from 5 to 100% in around 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is pretty good. What I like is I can charge the Motorola One Power for around 45 minutes, which gets the battery to 50%, and that should be good enough for usual days. Well, one of the highlights of the Motorola One Power is its battery, and it's certainly impressive on that front. Well, lastly, let's talk about the connectivity. The Motorola One Power comes with dual SIM slots and support for 4G VoLTE, but there's no dual 4G VoLTE support, so if that's important to you, you'll be disappointed. Apart from that, there's Bluetooth 5.0 and support for Wi-Fi in both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands. Also, Motorola One Power is certified for Widevine L1 license, which means you'll be able to watch HD videos on apps like Netflix, Prime Video, etc. So that's great. Now coming to the all-important question, should you buy the Motorola One Power? Well, let me talk about the positives first. The Motorola One Power brings a decent display, some good cameras, great performance and some amazing battery life. So it's obvious that the One Power has a lot of things going for it, but there are a few things that the Motorola One Power doesn't quite get right. There's the bulky design, the mushy, cheap-feeling buttons, the slowish fingerprint scanner, no dual 4G VoLTE support, and the lack of features like face unlock and gestures. Well, if you can look past these issues, the Motorola One Power at Rs 15,999 is a decent smartphone to buy. However, there are other great options too. The Zenfone Max Pro is feature-packed and brings the same amazing battery at a lower price, although it doesn't have the best cameras. There's the Redmi Note 5 Pro, which brings in all the features, decent cameras and some good battery life. Then there's the Mi A2, which has the best cameras in this price range, although it too has its flaws. Lastly, there's the new Realme 2 Pro, which brings a much nicer design, some decent cameras and great performance at a lower cost. However, our Realme 2 Pro review is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But that was our review of the Motorola One Power, and honestly, I really wanted to like this phone, but it's just ordinary. Well, what do you think about the Motorola One Power? Tell us in the comment section below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends who are confused about the new Motorola One Power. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.